Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Sadie and today I'm finally getting around to comparing the old and new reformulated mini orgy palette. I've got the original mini orgy palette and BeautyBay finally gave us a replacement, so I've done this look today and comparing them. So if you'd like to see I've done this look, then keep on watching. Also, if you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe, join the family, and let's go on with the video. Okay, so for this video I'm gonna obviously incorporate the orgy palette in there, so I thought I'd do the eyeshadow look and show you how I've done this first, and then on both sides I will do them together, if that makes any sense. So I've done this off camera, I'll do the eyeshadow on this side, and then when we get to comparing I'll do them both together, so you'll see me like this. I'll see which side is better. Okay, so let me just quickly prime my eyes. I'm going on my P. Louise 01 Rumour base. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is take a full line, this is just a flat shader brush. And the first shade I'm going to take is Money Shot. And I'm just going to basically place that in like the outer corner portion. So really pack it on the outer corner. Honestly, just about there, it's really messy, but don't worry about it. Then I took a Morphe M573, which is just like a nice tapered blending brush. And the next shade I took was Craving Chocolate. And as you can see, I just really kept this like in the outer part of my eye, because obviously I was thinking about where I was going to put the shadows, etc., the shimmers, so we're just going to stick to that. So I basically put this on top of this. I didn't care about the 50-50, but I did, because as much as I love this shade, I still wanted a little bit more warmer. So I did sort of merge the two together and then started blending upwards to make it that slightly warmer, even though Craving Chocolate is a warmer shade, just to help with that, what's it called again, Money Shot shade. I've been sat watching everyone's Valentine's Day unboxings, and it made me realise, I was like, I'm sure in a previous video, I was like, there's one palette I can't think that he hasn't put any singles out, and I'm pretty sure it's Orgy, but then I can't see why you put, how many shades is it? 30 shades of one palette, but you never know. I'm going to start blending this like upwards to make it a bit more blown out and smoky. Then I picked up an R37, which is a bit more of a bigger blown out smoky brush, crease brush, yeah. And the next shade I'm going to take is Top, and then I'm just going to really blow this out on top, up to my brow bone, still keeping it in the outer part. Just really smoke it out, but not too major. So I'm going to go back in with all those shades and just reblend. As you can see, I need to put a bit more of that Money Shot up a little bit more. I'm just going to take an R39 for this as well, just to help blend it out a little bit more. I do think with some of these shades in the Orgy that they do sort of just stick down and stay there, so you have to play with them a little bit more. I bet some of you are watching this going, yes, she's finally doing a neutral look, not an over the top one like I normally do. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. I did actually prime underneath my eyes as well, so let me just decrease that. And basically going to do the same as I've done at the bottom. I'm just going to take that 4-line flat brush, take Money Shot, tuck that underneath the lash line. Then took this is just another 4-line brush. It's more of like a stimpier sort of version of a flat brush. Take Craving Chocolate, like I said, exactly the same shadows. I was watching a Makeup by Messa video yesterday, and it is true, like I know I get a lot of people asking me for more neutral look, which is fine, and I understand that, but then I sort of see this as like my creative side and stuff I don't want to do day to day, because I don't know, you know. Taking a Morphe M507 and taking the top shade and blending that underneath as well. And I think like I like to show the palettes off as much as I can, like give people like, oh shit, that's what I can create with that palette. You know what I mean? That sort of thing. Okay, then I took a Morphe M2500 brush, and I took Feedback from P. Louise, and I just chucked that in my waterline. With the paints in your waterline, you have to sometimes just let them dry a little bit, so I'll put another coat in later when this has dried. And then took a Morphe M508, which is a really, really nice stubby little brush. And I just very lightly went into Glory Hole and put that in right into my lash line. Right, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to quickly go off, like I'm not doing anything, but I just want to try and make my mind up with what I'm going to do. Alright, you can see both eyes, absolutely ignore my skin, it's so bad just because I'm eating like an absolute pig. I moan about when I lose weight and then I order Mackies. So, also how do we feel about brows? I just could not be asked to do my usual stuck up feather brows, so I like drew them in and went in with a bit of brow gel. I think they're going to go quite nice with this look because it's quite a sultry sort of cat eye look. So, when did Orgy come out? I think Orgy came out about 10 months ago, and basically I think we all know what happened with the very original palette. So this is the original one I have. This is in 0H1, what's it called? We all know what I mean. What's that thing called? Whatever. So this is the original. This is my least favourite Jeffree Star palette ever. It's not terrible, but it's bad. It's not the greatest thing in the world. Some of the shades are good, but yeah, I think we definitely expected a little bit more from this palette. And like I said, I'll always say with the Orgy palette, he could have easily incorporated this in it and it would look so pretty. But then randomly out of nowhere, BeautyBay decided to email everyone who ordered from, because I got this from BeautyBay, a new palette. So I had this for free. This is in the 0H3 code, so it's not like the batch number, that's it. It's not the same batch as the original. So I was sat here today because I'm on a bit of a funk. If you follow me on social media, you know I just have not even been present. So yeah, I'm just on a bit of a funk, and I was sat here going, oh god, I need to try this palette again because it didn't work out for me yesterday. I went, hold on, why don't I compare this? Be a nice simple look, I know what I'll be doing, so yeah, we're going to do that today. So this side, I'm going to do the old palette, and this side I'm going to do the new palette because of, oh no, this is my photo side, ow! This is my photo side, so I prefer this side to be a little bit better, so we're going to use this side. I'm going to try my best to use as many shades as I can. That's why I sort of left this like little gap here, because I'm going to put a shimmer here, shimmer there, a shimmer in here, maybe a shimmer underneath. So we'll use a good amount of them. I think at the beginning of the video I will do swatches, so you'll see them then, I'll compare them then. I haven't even touched the palette yet, that's what I mean. I will compare them after I finish this video, and then you'll see them at the beginning. I'm just going to do this side first, and then we'll compare. I'm going to take the shade Gaggin, so Welsh, and I'm Morphe M456. I'm going to get some on a brush, and I'm sort of going to buffer this actually in the front part of it. Why do I like that? Nah, I think this was one of the good shades, even though it still has that sort of crumbly formula. I didn't mind this shade. I mean, it's not the best thing in sliced bread, is it? But it's quite nice. Then gonna take, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I'm gonna touch any of the bottom three because I still want this to be quite a nice, decent look. I'm probably gonna stick in the top two rows. So I'm just picking up a Morphe M152. End up picking up some Soaking Sun. I think this was a really good shade, you can tell anyway. Who knows, I could be wrong. And I'm going to put this sort of just like in the outer portion. I mean, she's pretty, but she's not amazing, is she? But she's pretty. I'm not saying it's a bad shade. Maybe I'll go in my finger actually. Because my finger, it felt so much better. Yeah, there she is. So this is from the old palette, can I just say? This is the very first one. She is very beautiful. I'm not gonna lie, yeah, that first shade, Gaggin is sort of just disappeared. And then we'll go in with Champagne Pop. I'm actually going to go on my finger with this one. This one's more of like a subtle shimmer. This hasn't got like the glitters in it, like the original, like in this one. I can't make sense. What am I trying to say? In the Soaking Sunshade. Yeah, see, it's not a terrible shade. It's not terrible. It's not. So I've just picked up a Morphe M124. I'm just going to pack that on. Yeah, you know, it's sort of just blended into nothing, but something is still there. It's still a very pretty little look. And actually with that brush I've swiped into my trousers, I'm going to get a setting spray quickly. I'm just going to spray my brush very quickly. And I'm really going to scrape that sweat. It's literally just crumbling off into balls. Okay, and I'm going to put that in my inner corner. Look, is it terrible? No. Can I see the literal chunks of it in it? Yes. Not the worst thing in the world, but totally could be better. Actually, my lazy ass is going to wipe that same brush, wet it again, and I'm going to take the shade Frozen Fire, which is this middle one here. This one isn't as crumbly, but it's still crumbly. I'm basically going to just like chuck this in the inner portion of my waterline. Oh Jesus Christ, that looks terrible! Well, that shade was an absolute fail, wasn't it, in the inner corner? We'll go on to the other side. So, same brushes, going to take the Morphe M456 and that shade Gagging. Practically find that exactly the same as the other one. Just not as actually I would say it's actually got more pigment in it actually. I'm going to go in with that Soaking Sunshade, which I didn't have an issue with this colour at all. And put that here. I'm going to try this dry, obviously because it's new. I'm going to take that Champagne Pop shade. Oh, okay. That has definitely come out so much better on the brush. That brush is dry. Oh, okay. 100% better. I feel like I might actually use it. It does look sort of the same, but it's definitely got more pigment in it and much easier to pick on a brush. I'm going to wipe the brush again because I'm lazy. And I think this is the true test of the glass wet shade because that was the most crumbliest one in the palette. Oh, okay. Still slightly crumbly, but we actually have pigment on the brush where you literally can't get anything. So sorry, I'm not out of focus. You can't get anything on the other brush from the other palette. So I'm going to pop that in my inner corner. Yes. 1,000 times better. 1,000 times better. Ooh, okay. I might be using this palette a little bit more now then. And the last shade we're going to take is Frozen Ice. Like I said, I've just wiped the brush. Taken same shade. Okay. Still a bit more crumbly. I probably still would say to use a bit of setting spray with this because I feel like it is going to go a little bit everywhere. But definitely still picked up more on the brush than the original. I feel like it's okay, but I still would say just a little bit of setting spray. Which isn't anything wrong because you think of how many brands you see people do swatches or stuff and they're like, oh, I'm going to wet my brush. So I wouldn't say it's like a huge thing, but like, oh, this is the shittest formula ever. It's no, loads of people wet their brushes for strimmers. Yeah, right off the bat, it's even better on this side than the other side. Not a huge difference, but much better. Right, so I'm going to quickly finish my eyes, do my base, and I'll be right back to give you my final thoughts. I'll do swatches now, etc, and I'll be right back. Here are the first two row swatches. The very first swatch is from the new version, the reformulated, and the second swatch is from the very original. So these are the first two rows. Like I said in the video, like, I don't feel like there's a huge difference in them. I feel like a lot of them still work really well. Definitely with glass wet, the new version is a little bit better. You can't really see it because my skin tone, but I feel like this has actually got more of an iridescent gold in it than the original one. These two swatch a little, well, the original, this is the new, the original, this one definitely swatch better. I feel like with gagging, they actually swatch exactly the same. Definitely in the new formula for soaking sun it was better, definitely for frozen ice it was better. And yet again for the last two rows, this is the new formulator, this is the original. Definitely for foam party, the very new one swatched so much better, you can barely get anything out foam party. The foam party is like a similar shade to glassware in the original, but they practically swatched almost the same. So we have it guys, this finished look. I absolutely love this kind of look. Base is Urban, highlighter Skin Frost and Ice Cold. Lips is actually Leo Velour Lip Liner and then Mannequin. I feel like they match really, really well. I wanted a little bit, still a nude, but a little bit darker, but not too dark, because I sort of don't like that like 90s lip on me. But yeah, really, really enjoy it. And also the lashes are P. Louise Cut the Check. These are becoming a favourite of mine. Okay, final thoughts. We all know I love the Orgy palette, no doubt about it. Blends so well. I feel like it's just a great palette. Like I said, I always say I do believe the mini Orgy could have definitely slipped into the big Orgy palette. So this is the original. Yeah, this is the original. This is the new one. I definitely feel the new formula 100% works better than the original. I do believe some shades in the old and in the original still work exactly the same, but that's because they never had an issue with them before. Such as Champagne Pop, Soaking Sun and Bathhouse. I've never had an issue with them. Like I said, I haven't really tried into the bottom rows with Explicit, Foam Pie and what was this one called? Eiffel Tower. I've mainly always just stayed in the top two rows just because maybe I'll do like, I'm dying for like a smoky eye, so maybe I'll sort of do the same look and maybe use those on my lid. But I did try and use as many shades. I did use 5 of them, which I feel looks pretty well and a pretty good gathering, especially with 2 of the shades being quite the dud ones in the original. Definitely the new formulated palette 100% worked much better on my eyelids. Like, you can't see a huge difference, but definitely I can see there's more pigmentation here on that side with the Soaking Sun shade. Definitely better pigmentation. Like, I feel like that gagging shade has just completely disappeared in my crease here, but it's really stayed nice and strong on this side. What was it called? Champagne Pop is definitely more dominant, and Glass Eye, it is good. Like I said, you look at this eye look and you can't really see a difference, but I would prefer a palette to work much better than the faff of having the old palette. Like I said, this is so crumbly, you don't want that, it's falling apart, you have to wet the brush, etc. I know I still like to like wet the brush a little bit for Frozen Fire, but it's just because where I put it, Frozen Fire would work 100% with your finger. If I put that all over my lid, I would use a finger and it probably would have worked much better, and it swatched much better anyway, the new version. Can I see a huge difference? Definitely yes. Did the swatches prove it? No. But definitely on the eyelids, I definitely see a huge difference. I'm happy I've got a new version because I actually feel like I might use this more. Like, I love this look. But yeah, really, really, really like it. So I really hope you enjoyed this video, guys. I hope you found it informative, and maybe it might get you to have a new one. I know a lot of people, like, I weren't really fussed on getting a newer palette. I wouldn't pay another £27, so I'm glad that BeautyBay finally offered out a replacement and not so much like a refund, because a refund I would have just said no, I couldn't care about it. I do believe that with makeup, sometimes if it doesn't work, oh well, you sort of just have to spend the money to know yes or no. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram. So yeah, if you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel also, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.